Yeah? Okay. Is there already someone joining? Not yet. Okay. Well, I don't think. Okay. Good morning, everyone, if you just joined. So, another morning with me. All you need for today is a mat. I got some bricks here, which is nice if you have them, grab them, but I don't. I'm just thinking, I don't have anything specific in my class plan today that requires props, but if you have them, you can always use them. We're gonna do side body today, which I think sort of is a bit underrated. We usually focus more on things like back bending, forward bending, hip openers. But the nice thing is we're gonna open the side body and we're gonna find some stability in the side body. And it's a nice way of actually supporting your spine, especially if you're dealing with lower back injuries. Also a nice way of optimizing the breath. So that's what the plan is for today. Let's start. Come to a cross-legged position. If you want, you can sit on a block or a book. Rest your arms onto your legs and close your eyes. And just take a moment to draw your attention inwards. And then start to set up that deep breath, Ujjayi breath. And then just finding a nice rhythm in that breath. Not too pushy, not strained, but find as much ease as you can. And then just have a little feel what you want to focus on today. Maybe there's something that you want to bring into your practice. Maybe from there you want to bring it into the rest of the day. So it's setting an intention. And it could be something that you want to amplify. Like for example, maybe it's just about starting this morning with just getting into your body. And feeling nice, feeling great. Maybe it's about being calm and taking that into the rest of your day. Not being in a rush. Maybe the word is joy, bringing joy into the rest of the day. Contentment. Just see if there's anything that you want to focus on. And then use that to set an intention for today's practice. Just breathe that in. And then open your eyes. Let's start in Baddha Konasana. So if you bring the soles of your feet together, find your sitting bones. We're gonna lean, let's start leaning to the left side. So you bring your left hand out to the side. You bring your right hand onto your inner thigh. Really place it onto the fleshy part of the leg rather than on the knee joint. So go onto the softer bits. You're just gonna gently push in. And then you're gonna move the tissue, move the thigh muscle away from the hip socket. And just that little sliding of the hand, that pushing in and then dragging, might feel already like you're stretching a little bit into the hip. And maybe a little bit, I can feel it into my side body there, into the side of my abdominals. And I'm just gonna lean a bit more into my left hand. Keep both sitting bones down. And then just feel for softening the neck. So notice if there's any tension there in the neck that you're carrying. Could be that you really want to drop your left ear, but it might also just be that you just want to feel for space around the neck. Take an inhale, lift your ribs up. And then exhale, spiral your chest towards your left knee. A bit of a spiral through the spine. Keep your right sitting bone down, so don't let it come up with you. So the movement is really coming from the core, from the lower back. You can keep your right hand onto your right thigh. You can also place it just in front of your left shin. And that way you can drag the ground a little bit more so that the chest moves forward. Heart moves away from the hips. And then come back up to sitting. Other side, bring your right hand to the right side. Lean, and then the left hand to the left thigh. Gentle push into that thigh tissue. And you're just moving the tissue away from the hip until you feel a sense of dragging. Inhale, lift ribs up. Exhale, lean a little bit more to your right side. And again, just feel for softening the neck. Maybe you want to completely relax it so it gets more like a stretch on the left side. Maybe it's just about finding some space. Inhale, lift chest up. Exhale, spiral the heart towards the right knee, and then the left hand can go in front of your right shin. You can also keep it on the thigh if that was nice. You want to keep it there. Drag the ground back if the hands are down so you can move your ribs away from your hips. Keep anchoring down through both sitting bones. And then inhale, come back up to sitting. Bring the legs together. And we'll start with, we're going to come to a downward facing dog. So just move your hips away from your shoulders. And see if you can find a nice long line all the way from hands, shoulders to hips. It might be that you want to bend your knees a little bit, so just easing into the body. You've just woken up. You might feel that the muscles maybe are a bit shorter. So just take your time there. Relax your neck, let the head just drape down. Maybe let the jaw relax as well. It's quite a nice feeling to feel that the face, the skin of your face can relax, your forehead can relax. I noticed looking back on some of the videos that I talk a lot with my forehead actually. So it's quite nice just to make a conscious effort to relax the forehead. Moving the hips further away from the shoulders just to get a nice stretch out to the spine. Lift your heels up. Ah, got some music. Okay. Freddie just puts on some music. If you have some music at home, I don't think you can hear this music we play in the studio, but feel free to put some music on. Shoulders over your wrist, move your heart forward, heels reaching back, and then just feel the lower belly lifting up. So just activating the entire body in a plank. Keep pressing your fingertips down. Feel the back of the heart lifting. Then feel the front of your lower ribs moving into the belly. So there's a bit of like sort of knitting those lower ribs down into your core. You're really using your core. You can do this with your knees down as well. But you still want to really get that effort there in your center. Lower ribs sliding down to belly. Bring your knees down for the first one. Exhale, lower chaturanga, squeezing elbows in. And we can lay down to the ground. Starting with a little cobra. Inhale, lifting chest, rolling shoulders back. Then drag your ribs forward, drag your heart forward. We're going to bring the hands a little bit further out in front of us. So we can drag the ribs a little bit further forward. A couple of deep breaths. Can you press the front of your feet down to the floor? Feel the inner thighs rolling upwards, and the outer thighs rolling down. Now we're going to walk the hands towards the left side. And keep dragging your chest into the left corner of the mat. Keep pressing down through your right foot. You might feel a little bit more work into the right side of the body. Keep both sitting bones reaching back towards your heels while you're dragging your heart forward. And from here, we're going to bring that right arm down to the ground, right shoulder to the left corner of the mat. We're going to come to a spinal twist. So we're going to roll into the right side. Left knee comes up, left arm out to the left side. And you can just place your right hand into your left thigh. Take a moment just to breathe here. Again, reminding yourself the intention that you set. I am calm. I'm grateful. I'm content. Whatever your word was, whatever your intention is. And then we're going to roll back the same way as we came from. So again, rolling back from our right side back onto our belly. We're going to come back into our cobra there with long arms. Arms slightly in front. Just drag your ribs forward. Again, just activate through your legs. Pressing front of the feet down. Sitting bones reaching back. We're going to walk the hands to the right corner of the mat. Right side of the mat. So you get a little bit of like an arc into the left side of the body. I'm going to drag your heart still forward through your arms, through your hands. Keep feeling the front of the feet pressing down. Your sitting bones reaching back. Feel for breathing into that left side of the body. Going to our spinal twist. So now the left arm is going to go down to the ground. Place your left shoulder down into that right corner of the mat. And we're going to roll onto the left side. Bring your right leg up. Right arm out to the side. And you're in your spinal twist. Nice way of just moving and waking up the body here. Just a couple of nice deep breaths with ease. And then from there, we're going to roll back in the same way, same direction as we came from. So we're rolling back onto the left side. And then slowly slide your right leg back down. Bring the belly back down to the ground. Hands underneath your shoulders. Roll the shoulders away from the ground. Exhale, moving back, downward facing dog. Just moving hips away from shoulders. We're going to walk the feet forward towards the hands. Now we're going to come to a little squat here. And we're going to slowly lower the hips down to the ground. And we're going to come and lay down onto our back. Knees above the hips. Feet in line with the knees. We're going to interlink the fingers. And we're going to wake up the center here. Wake up the core. Good morning, abdominals. Interlink the fingers. Elbows reaching up. Sort of like you're creating a hammock for the head to rest into. If your neck tweaky, really use your hands there to support your head. And squeeze the head back into your hands. Activate through the feet. Inhale, lift shoulders and head up off the ground. Hold your breath. Press lower back down. Exhale, twist towards your left thigh. Now lengthen out through your right leg. That right leg is around 45 degrees above the ground, so not too low. Just feel for that length, that reach. Inhale, back to center, both knees bent, shoulders up off the ground. Hold breath. Press lower back down. Exhale, twist towards your right thigh. Lengthen through your left leg. Pull the belly down. Inhale, center, elbows up. Hold your breath. Press lower back down. Exhale, twist towards your left. Lengthen out through your right leg. Pull belly down. Inhale, center. Hold your breath. Press the lower back down. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, twist towards your right thigh. Lift up a little bit higher with your shoulders. Lengthen the left leg. Pull belly down. Inhale, center. Holding the breath. Press lower back down. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, twist towards your left thigh. Lengthen out to your right leg. Activate through the feet. Pull belly down. Inhale, center. Hold your breath. Press lower back down. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, twist towards your right thigh. Lengthen out through your left leg. Pull the belly down. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lower shoulders and head down. Hug your knees in. And now from here, we're going to take a couple of rolls to come back to our feet. Couple of different options. You can just roll and see if you can find your feet. If that doesn't work, roll to the side and then come to the front of the mat. You can make up your own choreography. So if you want, take a couple of rolls, just rolling like a little ball. And you're going to find your feet. Reach as much forward as you can into that squat. And then from there, just fold forward. If you're getting stuck on your mat there, if you can't get to your feet, you just roll to the side and then find your feet there. Slowly roll up through the spine, coming all the way up to standing, and then come to the front of your mat. We're going to start our sun salutations. Take an inhale, send your arms up above your head, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step or jump the feet back through plank. Option of knees down. Elbows in, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more deep inhale. Exhale, bend knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump the feet forward, halfway up. Exhale, deepening your forward fold. Inhale, send the arms up, reach up. Exhale, fold back forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step or jump the feet back through plank. Lower chaturanga, dragging ribs forward. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, moving back from center, downward facing dog. Breathing in, broaden ribs. Breathing out, wrap the shoulders. Relax the neck. One more deep inhale. Exhale, bend knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump the feet forward, halfway up. Exhale, deepening forward fold. Inhale, send your arms up, reach up. Exhale, diving back forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step or jump the feet back. True plank, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra upward dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out, move the weight further back to your feet. Inhale. Exhale, bend knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump the feet forward, halfway up. Exhale, deepening your forward fold. Inhale, send your arms up, reach up. One more time, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step or flow the feet back, true plank, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra upward dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. We're going to stay here in our downward facing dog. Keep that rhythm of the breath. If you notice that your breath is going quicker, find a nice steady pace, smoothing it back out. Step the feet a bit closer together. Right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your right knee in towards your chest and step your right foot between your hands whilst I peek into my class plan. Warrior 2, left heel down. Coming up into your warrior 2. You're going to take an inhale, lift your chest up, roll shoulders back, turn palms up, look up, opening the front body. Exhale, reverse, turn palms down, roll shoulders down, drop the head. Inhale, lift chest, roll shoulders back, turn palms up, look up. Exhale, reverse, palms down, shoulders forward, drop the head. One more time, sink into your legs. Inhale, open chest, lift up. Exhale, reverse. Now come back to your warrior 2. Send your left arm back, reverse the warrior. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down onto your left hip, left thigh or lower leg. Inhale, send your right arm all the way up and over. Relax the neck. And just feeling into your right side of the body. Now notice if you're dipping into the left side, you can use your left hand here to create more space. So you press your left hand onto that back leg, and then feel your lower ribs moving away from your hips. So you get that space there. So not dipping, not slouching there in your core. Inhale, come back up to your warrior 2. Exhale, side angle pose, Parsvakonasana. Right forearm down to the right thigh. Left arm all the way up and over. Maybe you want to deepen it. Right hand on the inside of the right foot. Or that book, or that block underneath your hand. Press through your left foot. Inhale, move your hips further forward. Then exhale, spiral your heart up. Feel the back of your head pushing back. Then from there, inhale, come back up into your warrior 2. Exhale, we're going to lengthen the right leg, lift up the right ball of the foot. We're going to sink into that left hip, into Skandasana. So we're going to sink the hips all the way down to that back heel. It might be that the heel comes up. It might be that you need to use your hands there to find balance. That's all okay. You can find your own ways in there. You're feeling for a stretch through the inner right thigh. Hands can be in front of the chest or down to the floor if you need an extra bit of support. Okay, so now from here, the challenge is to get back up. So good luck, use your breath. You're going to push down through your left foot, lift back up. Now you're going to spiral forward into that right foot. You're going to shoot forward into your warrior 3 balance. You might be off the mat, that's okay. Not limited by your mat. And from here, we're going to bring the left foot down to the floor. And I'm going to step back into plank here. Shoulders over wrists. We're going to stay in plank. Your heels are going to move to the right side. And you're going to peel the left arm off, side plank. So your left hip is on top of your right. Left arm all the way up. If you feel that it's really unstable for your arm, take a wider position with your legs. Or bring your right forearm down. You can lift your chest more up if you want. If you have some variation that you like to try out, left foot on the inner right thigh, left leg floating up, Find plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra upward dog. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Three-legged dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee into chest. Step your left foot forward. Warrior two. Gonna do a slight different variation here on a warrior two. Drag your elbows into your ribs, into the side of your ribs. You're gonna bring your palms out in front of you, like you're carrying a dish or like you're carrying a platter. Squeeze elbows in. Take a deep inhale, lift chest. Exhale, spiral your hands out whilst you're squeezing your elbows in. Should feel some activity in your back there. Inhale, hands spiral back forward. Exhale, hands out to the side. Squeeze elbows in. Inhale, hands forward. Exhale, turn forearms away from each other. Squeeze elbows. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, drop them. Warrior two, arms out to the sides. Inhale, right arm reaches back. Exhale, right hand to the hip, thigh or lower leg. Inhale, left arm up and back, reversing the warrior. Again, we want to create that space there in our side body so we can push down with our right hand and feel the lower ribs moving away from the hips. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose. Left forearm on top of your left thigh. Right arm reaches all the way up. See if you can wrap that right shoulder. And once it's wrapped, it's quite nice actually to drag the shoulder blade up to the ear. So you really get a nice stretch out there in your lats, your back muscles. Press through your back leg, move your hips forward. Come back up into your warrior two. Ready for Skandasana. You're going to shift your weight back. Keep that breath going. You're going to sink into your right leg. It might be that you need your hands down to the ground. Lengthening the inner left thigh. Hands on the inner, hands in front of the heart. Or hands on the ground. Now from here, you're going to push down to the floor. Inhale, lift up. Whatever happens, just shake it off. Come to your warrior three. So we're just taking our balance onto our left leg. Heart shifts forward. Arms into airplane wings. And the right thigh lifts up. Slowly bend your left knee in slow motion. Find a lunge on the floor. Hands down. Step into plank. Hold plank. Shoulders over wrist. Heels go to the left. Side plank. Peeling the right arm all the way up. Lifting your left hip up. And maybe you have your variations, so legs a bit wider. Right foot onto the inner left thigh. Or right leg floating up. Feeling glorious here and strong in your side plank. Right hand down. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra upward dog. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. So I hope you're a bit warm now. If not, you can do some more chaturangas if you want at home. Customize it how you want. I'll quickly check what we're doing. Okay. So from here, we're going to walk the feet forward. Come to a forward fold onto your mat. And from there, rolling up to standing. Step your left foot back. We're going to come to a horse stance. So we're going to turn the feet slightly out. Bend the knees. Now feel grounded. If you open the feet too wide, it's much more unstable to balance. So have those feet just at a comfortable kind of turned out position where you feel that you can really ground down into your legs. Okay, so we're going to place our right forearm onto our right thigh, left hand onto that left thigh. Now again, you're going to slightly dig into it, into the left thigh with your hand and slide it away from your left hip. You're going to move your heart, your chest towards your right knee. Take a couple of deep breaths into your side body. Sometimes it's quite nice to take a Ujjayi breath, Uddiyana breath here, which is that lift of the belly. You do that by taking a sharp exhale out through the mouth and then hold it. Hold, pull belly in and up. And you inhale again when you need to. Let the breath flow. Okay, I hope your legs are cooking. Lift back up to center, go to the other side. Are they cooking? Mine are. So left forearm onto your left thigh. Right hand onto your right thigh. Move the thigh away. Gonna move your chest into the direction of your left knee. So you're feeling for an opening to the right side of the body. Activate through your feet. And if you want, you can take that Uddiyana breath again, which is the hold of the breath after you take a sharp exhale. You hold, pull belly in and up. And you inhale again when you need to, let the breath flow. Come back to center. Turn your feet in. And we're going to stay here in a straddle. We're going to work a little bit more into the side body here, so you can just push down through the feet. If you stand your arms up, interlink your fingers, have your index finger pointing up. Let's start to the right side. So we're going to just lean to the right side. I'm going to hold it here for around 30 seconds. I'm counting that with my breath. I'm just going to hold. And maybe in the beginning it doesn't feel so hard, but you'll start to feel that your side core, your side body will work really hard. Keep pressing down to both feet. Feel your inner thighs lifting. We have 5 more seconds. And lift up. And from there, keep your straddle position. You're going to fold forward. And just find the floor with your hands. It might be that you need to bend your knees. We're going to take a flank stretch, so for the side of the back. Starting with the hands going to the right leg. Now my left hand is grabbing my right shin. My right hand goes onto the outside of my right leg. Or I can place it on the floor. Now this is still a forward fold, so keep feeling your belly moving between your legs. Absolutely fine to bend your knees. Now I'm going to drag my left elbow downwards towards the floor. And then I'm arcing into the left side of the body. And I can use my right hand to press my left side of my ribs further across. Activate through both feet. Feeling for space to the left side of the ribs, left side of the back. Release. Come back to the center. We'll go straight away to the other side. So now the right hand is grabbing the left leg, the left shin, left ankle or left shin. Left hand on the outside of your left leg or on the outside of the left foot, whatever feels easier there to reach to. Fold forward. Now it's not a twist this is a sideways kind of movement. So you're going to drag the right side of the ribs across towards your right leg till you create an arc onto the right side of the body. I'm using my left hand to press into the ground or into my left leg to get further across. Breathing into the right side of the body. Release your flank stretch, hands out in front. Take an inhale halfway up. Exhale, hands onto hips. Inhale, lift all the way back up. We got our side body stretch or side body strengthening pose here. Hands up above your head, index finger pointing up. And we're going to lean towards the left side. So we're opening the right side of the body. Keep feeling your ribs moving away from your hip bones. Activate through your feet. I'm going to stay here for around 30 seconds. You might find that in the beginning, you're like, oh, okay, this is not so hard. You can go a little bit further if you want to make it harder. We're just going to hold it for a bit longer. You might feel it a little bit into your inner thighs as well. Okay, 10 more seconds. 5 more. And then slowly lift it back up. Okay, so from here, place your hands onto your hips. Heel toe your feet a little bit closer together. You still want to have your feet a bit wider than your hips. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to fold forward. Hands are going to go just on the inside, just in front of the feet, but slightly on the inside. It might be that you need to move the feet a bit wider for this. There's a couple of different options here. You can bend your knees, hips move back, you can lift your chest up. Nice way of working into the hips, as well as really feeling that sense of dragging the ribs forward. Next step, hands walk between the feet. Now at this point, your elbows will have to bend a little bit more. Some more options, hands on the back of the heels, and then you can, with your hands, push the heels down to the ground, and then lift your sitting bones up. Your arms are pressing into your inner legs, and your inner legs are tweezing back into your arms. There's quite a lot of work going on. Nice place to stay and just breathe. If you want, hands can come down. You can create a little bit of a ledge with your upper arms for your legs to rest on. You can maybe bring your feet up off the floor. And last one, Titibhasana. So you're going to lengthen your legs out and just find a little balance there. It's a bit like a rocking chair sometimes. You're going to move your chest forward and feel that the inner ankles are reaching out away from your inner groin. And then from there, slowly find the floor again. And then we can slowly release. So if you were there with your arms on the inside of the legs, you slowly release it. Just try and take it as far as you can and slowly come back. Right, turn back to the front of the mat. And we're going to step the left foot back into a lunge. Left knee down to the ground. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. Easy twisting lunge. Right arm is going to reach up. Take a deep inhale, lift chest. Exhale, roll your right shoulder back. Opening the heart. You can soften the neck here. It might be nice even to close your eyes. Feel the neck relaxing. Feel your front of your chest opening. Spreading the tissue around the heart. And from there, bring your right hand back onto your right thigh. Use it to lift your torso up. Left arm all the way up. Exhale, hug your left elbow over your right leg. And then bring your right hand into your left hand. Inhale, move chest away from hips. Exhale, roll the right shoulder back. If you want, extend the back leg as well. If you want to focus just on that twist in the spine, you can keep the left knee down. From there, release your arms back down to the ground. Step into plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Slowly down with control. Lay down into your belly. Interlink the fingers behind your back. Lift chest, lift legs. Couple of breaths here in forest yoga, we call this boat pose. If you're doing other styles, might be more like a locust. Dragging the ribs forward, the thighs moving back. And from there, release it down, hands underneath the shoulders, move back, downward facing dog. Going to the other side, so we're just going to step the left foot forward into a lunge. Bring your right knee down, left foot a bit out to the side. Easy twisting lunge, left arm up. Exhale, roll the left shoulder back. It's a great pose to open the front of the body a bit more. Feel for creating a bit more space into that left side by dragging the left side ribs away from that left hip, then hugging the heart up, or opening the heart up. Bring the left hand into your left thigh. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, twisting lunge. Right arm over left thigh. Left hand onto the right hand. You can make a fist with the right hand so that feels nicer for the wrist. You can also bring the palms together. If you want to, you can lift that back leg up. You want a bit more activity through the legs, a bit more energetic legs. You can also choose to keep the knee down, just focus really on unraveling the back. Bring your hands down to the floor. And from here, we're going to step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, coming back down into your squat. Hands can be down there to support. If you have a brick or a block, You can place it underneath your heels, or you can even sit on your brick if you want, if that's more comfortable. We're just going to stay for a couple of breaths. Now, really feel again that we can get that control back over the breath, especially in the end bits of your inhale and your exhale. So see if you can slow that down. You're spreading it like butter on toast, that kind of feeling. So it doesn't jutter. And from there, bring your hands down to the ground. Lengthen your legs out into a V position. Gonna come to a straddle. And from there, just use your fingertips to lift your hips up. And then just place your sitting bones back down onto the ground. Now from here, we're gonna turn with our chest towards our right leg. We're gonna bring the hands just to frame around that right leg. Keep the left sitting bone down. You're gonna just spiral your chest into the direction of your right foot. And it might be that you can come that little bit further. Maybe the elbows bent. Maybe you got your props to be up a bit higher there. So take a moment to really feel, what do you need here? Do you need to create a bit more space by lifting? Or can you release a bit more down? And slowly lift back up. Going to the left leg. With your hands, frame your left leg. Keep your right sitting bone down. Inhale, lift ribs. Exhale, start to go forward. And again, it's more like a conversation with your body, especially in the morning. It's a whole different conversation than doing an evening practice. What do you need, and what in this practice can you take into the rest of your day? Maybe it's to go up a bit, find a bit more support from the ground, from your hands. Maybe it's about just releasing that little bit further down. Notice where you can let go a bit more. Slowly lift back up. Hands on the inside of the legs. We're going to go forward. Again, you just take your time. Maybe your hands are there and your arms are long, dragging your chest forward. Maybe forearms can come down. If you have some props, maybe under your forearms or under your head. Keep feeling the inner line of your legs. So you feel the inner line of your legs reaching back. I should say, you can always bend your knees as well, or you sit on a brick if you need to. Sometimes that can make a huge difference. And then you slowly lift back up. You use your hands to move the legs back together. And then come and lay down onto your back. Let's start with the feet up towards the ceiling. Let your arms rest down by your side. Actually bring the arms a little bit more up into a T shape. So we're not having the tendency to overuse the arms here. We're going to take it from the core. Take a deep inhale. On your exhale, you're going to tuck the tailbone, lift the hips just above the ground. Almost like you come with a little Swiffer just underneath your hips there. Or like a little tissue could just wipe underneath your hips. Inhale to lower. Exhale, tuck tailbone, lift hips, lift feet up. Inhale, slowly roll the hips down. Exhale, tuck tailbone, lift the legs up. Inhale, lower. 2 more. Exhale, tuck tailbone, lifting legs up. Inhale down, so you're really using your lower abdominals there, not so much your arms. Last one, exhale, tuck tailbone, lift up. And from there, see if you can bring your feet over your head. So you're going to move towards your shoulder stand. If you have any neck issues, don't take shoulder stand. I'll give you something different to do. So if you're doing shoulder stand, feel free to stay there with your feet over your head. And if you want, you can make your way up into your shoulder stand. If you are neck tweaky, I'm just trying to find out where my cord is. You can place a brick underneath your hips. You can just lengthen your legs up. If you got a wall nearby, you can also move your hips. I got a wall here. You're going to move your hips near the wall. And you just place your legs up against the wall. And it's a nice way just to have a bit more restorative inversion. You just stay there for the rest of the shoulder stand. So for shoulder stand people, you can stay in your shoulder stand. If you know what you're doing, just feel free to stay there. Don't try and twist the neck whilst you're up there. I'm going to give you a variation in shoulder stand. So for that variation, you might need to come down and just have a little look, because obviously you don't want to twist the neck trying to look at the camera in shoulder stand. So for that variation, you're going to bring your feet over your head, hands onto the lower back. And from there, I'm going to lift my feet up in sort of like a half shoulder stand. Now from here, I'm going to twist my hips to the right side, and I'm going to move my right hand just to support the back of my sacrum. So I got a little bit of a seat here. You can stay here. This is quite a nice way of creating a little twist. And you're opening your side body here on the left side. If you want, you can lengthen that left leg out. Your right leg will reach towards your left shoulder. So to get there, you have to come to a half shoulder stand. Then you twist your hips to the right. Your right hand will be underneath your sacrum. Right leg to left shoulder. Left leg reaches away. You come back with the legs. Then you move your hips back to center. Shoulders stay down where they are. You're not twisting the neck. You're just going to move the hips to the other side, which will be your left side. Left hand is there to support your sacrum. And then you're creating a little seat there. So it's a bit of a hollow back in your lower back. And from there, I can lengthen my right leg out. So I have my left leg reaching to my right shoulder, and my right leg reaches away. It's a bit of a stretch in the front of the body. It takes some just fiddling around with this pose sometimes to find it. See if you can slowly make your way back by bringing the legs back. If you're in your shoulder stand, lower your feet over your head. Interlink your fingers and your sitting bones up. Halasana, plow pose. Breathe into lower back. Send sitting bones up. Activate through your legs. Bending your knees. Bring your knees to your forehead or next to your ears. And you can round your back here. Soften into the neck. If you need to support your lower back with your hands, then feel free to do so. Sometimes this takes time there in the morning, just to release the tension in your shoulders, back of the neck, upper back. Stretching the spine. Extend through your legs. Activate through your feet. And we're going to slowly roll back. You can use your arms to slowly roll back. Now, if your lower back is a bit tweaky, once the hips come down, bend your knees, and you're just going to slide your legs out onto the ground. If lower back feels okay, you can slowly lengthen down with your legs, nice and long. Just a bit more work for the core until you find the floor. Those that are with their legs up the wall, roll to the side, and then find your mat again. Come and lay down onto your back. So bring your feet onto the ground there. And we'll just windscreen wipe the legs from side to side. Arms could just be relaxed by your side. Just in a nice steady rhythm. You wipe the legs, the knees from side to side, just mobilizing the hips and the lower back. And then slowly bring your knees to point back up to the ceiling. You bring your feet down to the floor. Now just feel that you can lift your hips a little bit up, and then you can place them down. You're going to bring your hands onto the top of your thighs. And you push down with your hands into your thighs. You feel a bit of a stretch through your lower back. Now feel that you can lift your rib cage away from your hips whilst you're pressing your hands down into your thighs. It might even be that you want to take this Uddiyana breath there. So for that, you take an inhale, short, sharp exhale out through the mouth. Hold it out, pull belly in and up. Inhale when you need to. Let the breath flow. From there, we slowly release the arms. And we lengthen out into Shavasana. Best part of the practice. Find a comfortable place to relax, to lay down. Let all the effort ease away And just allow yourself to be here, laying down onto the ground, feeling supported by the ground. Closing your eyes. Now allow your forehead to soften. Allow your eyebrows to soften. Allow the tissue around your eyes to relax. Soften your cheekbones. Soften the jaw. And feel that relaxation starting from that spot just between your eyebrows. Feel that can spread into the rest of the body. All the way down the spine. Down into the extremities of the body, the arms, the legs, the hands, the feet. Fingertips and toes. And then breathe with that sense of ease. You can stay there for longer if you want. If you are ready to come up, just move your fingers and your toes, roll to the side. And use your hands to come back to a seated position. Keep your eyes closed. Just keep feeling the body and everything that is there. Thoughts, feelings, sensations. Sometimes memories that come up. Just whatever that is there, let it be there. And then just reminding yourself of your intention that you made in the beginning of the class. Can you take that intention into the rest of your day? And bring your hands together in front of your heart. Namaste. Thank you very much for practicing with me today. And I hope you have a really lovely day. And I think if you want to do another practice, my husband is teaching this evening for the Yogaground at the same spot. We're in Veerhaven at the moment. He's doing a superpower. So if you feel like you want to finish your day with a bit more of a hit of energy, it's a really lovely class to do. Anyway, thank you very much. Thanks, Ferdy. Great. Oh, that's nice to hear. Right. Yeah. Ciao from Ferdy as well. He's waving behind the camera. And take care, guys. Bye-bye. I'm stuck.